Hey guys, Bookazella here, and welcome back to 999. I'm not saying the entire title, I'm sorry. I always mess it up. I always say 9 persons, 9 hours, 9 doors. Pretty sure it's 9 hours, 9 doors, 9 persons, or the other way around. I don't remember. And honestly, it doesn't matter. So last episode we left off in the central hall, and they were about to give each other code names. So we are here right now, and we're gonna see what kind of names they're gonna give each other, and what door they're gonna go through, and what's gonna happen next. So, to him, apparently, it seemed like the obvious solution.
Code names?
Yeah, we'll each pick something. Like, I'll be 7.
7? Why are you 7?
He's so not creative, by the way. It seemed a fair question. The mountain stuck out his left arm.
Because this bracelet number says 7.
So he basically said, I'm 7 because my number is 7. I'm so not creative whatsoever.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
He smirked.
Alright, I'm gonna be Santa. Any of you chumps know Japanese? No? Well, san means 3. So, I'll be Santa. You know, like Santa Claus. Fits, don't you think?
Are you Santa or Santa? Because like you said Santa and no Santa. So which one is it? Is it Santa or Santa? Anyway, San 3. Yeah, I know. There's also other reason why he likes to be called Santa instead of anything else.
Then your bracelet number
Is
Yeah,
3.
it's got a 3 on it. Good job, Grandpa.
Just like the mountain had done, Silver thrust out his left hand. Sorry, not left arm. I'm seeing an arm, so I'm like arm. Sure enough, the face of his bracelet read 3.
Very well then. I'll go next, shall I? My bracelet number is 1. Given that, I think Ace seems appropriate.
I'll be Lotus then. As I'm sure you all know, it
Sorry,
has
I'm on
8
your boob.
petals.
I have the pointer like right here.
Which means, of course, that my bracelet number is
8.
8.
I would appreciate it if you would call me Snake. My bracelet number is 2. Since Ace has chosen cards, then I choose dice. Snake eyes, clearly. Which is particularly relevant given that I am blind.
You can't see?
I knew it.
Oh, the first line is so. If you know the story, it's like, okay, sure, yeah. He'd kept his eyes closed during their entire ordeal, which had suggested something strange, but to hear it said so casually, it was something of a surprise. Everyone seemed a little nervous at the prince's proclamation, but no one seemed to know how to react to it.
Me next!
There was one person, however, who didn't seem to be surprised in the least. The girl with the pink hair.
I want to be Clover. You know, like a 4-leaf clover. Good luck, right?
Looking almost bored, she held out her left hand. The face of the bracelet showed the number 4. They'd come around to Junpei. He held out his bracelet.
Alright, my number's 5. So my code name is gonna be...
Why have one? It's not like there's any point to it now.
No, they already know your name is Junpei. The dancer cut him off in mid-sentence.
I mean, we all know your name already. You're Junpei.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. That voice line. Oh yeah. He sounded so sad. He was like, but I want to have a code name. Me. They all nodded. Akane stepped forward, nervously.
Then you should all call me by my name too. Because, I mean, it doesn't seem...
It doesn't seem
Doesn't
fair to
fair.
Jumpy.
You're thinking it's not cool for you to hide your name after you told us his.
Akane fidgeted awkwardly. Junpei decided he had to do something.
What's your bracelet number?
It's 6.
She hesitated for a moment, then held out her left hand. As she claimed, the bracelet's face showed a 6. Junpei looked at it for a moment and thought.
Alright then, why don't we call you June?
June?
Yeah, you know, it's the 6th month of the year. So you're June.
Jumpy?
Akane kneaded her hands and looked up at Junpei, uncertain. He smiled back at her
Are
reassuringly.
you good with that?
Yeah.
He thought about it for a few more minutes, then seemed to come to a decision and gave Junpei a small nod.
Okay then.
Okay then, moving on. Their names decided, Junpei ran over them quickly and
So this is how
his
everyone
head.
breaks down.
Sorry, clicked too fast again.
1 is Ace. 2 is Snake. 3 is Santa. 4 is Clover. 5 is me.
Yes.
6 is June. 7 is
7. Is that the way he says it?
Is Lotus.
Though he says 7 is 7. He's like, so unoriginal, but okay, fine. And 8 is
That
Lotus.
means 8 of us have revealed our bracelet numbers. The only one left is...
It's Mr. Bird's Nest hair.
That glasses guy with hair like a bird's nest.
I don't
You
think...
haven't said a thing so far, have you?
His hair is just a bit messy. It's not like a bird's nest, I wouldn't say. At least, I don't think so, but... I could be wrong. Maybe it's a good description for him, I don't know. Here we go again. His skin was pale, his breathing was heavy, and he was soaked with a nervous sweat. Oh god. His behavior seemed very suspicious, or perhaps simply emotionally unstable. It was difficult to tell. Whatever the case, it seemed clear that he had only a fingertip's worth of a grip on his sanity. The girl with the pink hair, Clover, walked up to him slowly. She put her hands on her hips and eyed him suspiciously.
What number are you?
He didn't answer. His bloodshot eyes twitched from person to person, and his breath came in hot
Hey,
pants.
I'm talking to you.
The man licked his dry lips with a shaking tongue and spoke with a voice like old paper.
Isn't it obvious?
Oh, he has a voice, everyone. He's not mute.
There are 9 people here. And you know who numbers 1 through 8 are.
Well, he can count. That's a good thing.
I'm the only one left.
Why does he say it like he's scared to reveal who he is?
So you're 9?
Yeah.
Imagine... Oh, wait, no. That was just a spoiler. Sorry. I'll say that later. He extended a trembling arm. The bracelet did indeed say 9. Clover looked at it contemptuously.
What's your code name?
Code name?
What do you want us to call you? We all made up names. You should too.
Oh, if he had a code name, what would it be? 9. Ooh, I don't know. What has nine things? I don't know.
I don't need one.
Why not?
Because I am not gonna stay here with you.
He took a shuddering breath and exhaled. Clover looked at him with something very like disgust. Okay.
You've got some sort of plan?
I do.
That does not look like disgust, I'm just saying.
Yeah? What's that?
You sure you want to know?
Yeah?
All right. Let me show you.
Oh god, here we go.
I'm gonna do this!
By the time they realized what he was doing, it was too late to stop him. The man's body moved like a snake's. He should have been called Snake. In the blink of an eye, he had slid around behind her and wrapped his arm around her waist. She has such cute pom-poms.
Hey! What the hell do you think you're doing?
Why does she wear mufflers, though? Does she hear anything, or is it to keep her ears warm, or is it just aesthetic? Santa, leapt forward toward Clover and the 9th man. He was halfway there when...
Stay back!
Suddenly the man's hand dove into his pocket.
Ah!
Where the heck did you get a knife? I still don't remember. I still don't know where you got a knife from. So he looks very much like his eyes are gonna pop out of his head anytime soon. Like sometime at some point. He held it to Clover's pale, quivering neck.
If you get any closer, I'll cut her open. Yeah, that's right.
The man's smile was neither friendly nor reassuring. Sweat poured down his neck, soaking the collar of his shirt.
Clover, are you all right?
The Prince Snake's voice sounded oddly concerned.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Also, what is on her face? Sorry, I'm asking questions about designs here. Like, are these like freckles? Are these warts? Are these diamonds that she placed on her face as an aesthetic thing? Like, I don't know. Her voice shook, making her words even less convincing.
What the hell are you trying to do? I told you. This is my plan.
What are you gonna do to her, you sick son of a bitch?
Don't worry. I'm not gonna do anything to. If she just does what I tell her to, I'll let her go.
He started to move backwards, slowly, keeping his grip on Clover.
Slowly. That's right. Just follow me.
Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually, the man reached a wall. He gave a start as his back touched it, then glanced around quickly and spoke.
Here. Verify. The left. Look on your left. Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel, the round part.
What if I don't?
The man's nostrils flared, and he looked like he was about to choke.
Are you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now.
Yeah, and don't think you're gonna do that, but I don't think you have it in you.
I'll kill you if I have to.
Although, it's always the quiet ones that are the freaky people, so...
All I need is your bracelet. Just do it. Do it now.
Also, if you're watching this for the first time, note that he says your bracelet. That's all I'll say. He pressed the knife against Clover's neck hard.
Okay, I'll do it.
Slowly, she stretched her left hand out towards the device.
Like this?
Her back was to it, and she had to feel around for a moment before she found the circular panel. It made a cold electronic noise on the display above her hand, and an asterisk appeared. Also, again, for this goes hand in hand with the one thing that I told you to, look for, that her bracelet. Notice that she's putting her hand on, not her bracelet. Just saying, not spoiling anything. I just, keep it in mind.
So that's how it works. He called that round part of the device the scanner panel. If we put our left hand on it, our bracelet number gets entered into the device. Then...
Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open.
Junpei shifted his eyes towards the door itself. The number on it was 5.
Door 5.
Just
Why
like
does
yours.
This guy knows so much about how this thing works.
What did we use before? 1. Six and 8? No. Six and 7 and 1, I think.
It's like he knows exactly what to do.
Good. Good. You're done.
Sus. Very sus.
Next.
His bloodshot eyes crept from person to person until finally they stopped on the lion's ace.
You, right? You're the one with the number 1 bracelet, right?
Yes, so she's 4, so 4, and he's 9, so 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. He needs one more to get to 14. 1 plus 4 is 5.
Yes, I am. So?
Then you're next. Just verify your number like this little brat did. What are you doing? Do it! Don't you care what happens to her?
Okay, just calm down.
Ace held up his hands, palms out. The ninth man jerked his chin towards the device.
I'm coming over.
Slowly, cautiously, Ace moved towards the device. After what seemed like an agonizing eternity, he reached
Now,
it.
Verify.
All right, this is what you wanted, right?
Ace nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. The device beeped again and a second asterisk appeared.
Now the device has both Clover and Ace's numbers, 4 and 1.
Also notice that 4 plus 1 is 5. And then adding 9 to that makes 14, and that also makes 5.
4 plus 1 is 5. It's the same as the number written on the door, but it won't open yet.
Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door.
One more person. If what Zero said is true, he needs one more person. Who? Who does he need?
Get back.
His voice shook, but the knife he held on Clover's throat made his words a command. Ace took 2 and then 3 steps back.
No! Farther! More than that! Go all the way back!
Okay.
Slowly, Ace did what he was told. The ninth man's lips curled into a cruel, twisted smile.
Wait, don't tell me.
That was when Junpei understood his plan. I already understood his plan, man.
And Ace is 1.
Yeah.
Added to the ninth man's 9. 4 plus 1 plus 9 is 14.
1 plus 4
the
is...
digital root of 14
is 1 plus 5.
4
5.
is 5.
Yeah! I already figured that out, dude. You're slow.
In other words,
Creepy!
Thank God you were all so cooperative.
His face is even creepier now.
I can get out of this nightmare.
He pressed his own hand against the scanner panel. The third asterisk appeared on the screen. He dropped his hand to the lever on the side of the device and pulled. The door opened with a heavy metallic groan.
Good! I don't need you anymore.
He let go of Clover.
Wait!
Junpei leapt forward towards the ninth man, but wasn't fast enough.
Here! She's all yours!
The man shoved Clover. Rude, dude! And hopped through the door.
Okay. Have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then, goodbye.
He raised his hands and waved, a twisted smirk on his face. Then he was gone. The door ground shut with a dull clang of metal on metal.
Clover, are you all right?
Snake ran to Clover's side as she lay on the floor.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I wonder, like, if Snake has the same colored eyes as her. Oh, sorry. They're siblings, by the way, if you didn't know. They will tell that to us soon. It's not a secret. But I wonder if their eyes are the same, because she has very pretty eyes. She climbed unsteadily to her feet, and once there, leaned heavily on Snake's shoulder for support.
Damn it!
Junpei ran to the door.
That bastard!
The others followed him. Several pairs of hands grabbed hold of the handles and pulled.
Open, damn it!
They grunted and strained, but
Shit! It won't budge.
that was when Lotus, the dancer, spoke up. Again, she told you she's not a dancer. Her voice was quiet.
Do you hear something?
Like, what?
Like some sort of beeping.
Beeping. Junpei pressed his ear against the cold metal of the door. The others did the same.
You're right. I can hear it too.
What is it?
Then they heard something else. It was the ninth man.
Why isn't it stopping? God damn it! You lied!
Lied?
This wasn't supposed to happen! This is wrong! This is wrong!
His voice shook with fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the door and looked at one another.
What is happening in there?
Open the door, please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Ah, God damn it!
Junpei grabbed hold of the device. He slammed his hand in the scanner panel. Nothing happened.
Why? Why won't it work?
It says engaged, dude.
Engaged? Is it because it's occupied?
Yes.
Oh my god, there's no time left! Listen, I was lied to! He lied to me! He put me in here!
But who is he?
It was him! He
Who?
killed me!
Who?
It was him!
Who is him? Just tell us a name. You paid attention, I hope, to everybody's codes names, or Zero. I mean, it could be Zero, right? But it could also be one of us. Ooh. And there was an explosion. Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. Or, as I've come to associate this dot, dot, dot with... Sorry. Every time there's a dot, 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 I have to make vomit noises. I'm not gonna do that. The explosion rocked the room. Instinctively, they ducked and then stood up slowly when they realized there was no danger. Oh, here we go. No one spoke. Silence filled the room.
A beep?
We didn't get more. All eyes turned toward it.
Did that thing just make that sound?
The display changed from engaged to vacant.
Let's see if we can open it.
I don't know if you'd want to do that, dude. 7. The mountain swallowed hard.
Okay.
Junpei nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. 5. A red asterisk appeared on the LCD panel.
Well, it registered my bracelet number, but it won't open with one person. We need at least 2 more people.
What to do? So we are 5. Actually, all of these can go through, I believe. 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 8 is... sorry. 6, 4, 14. 1 plus 5 is 5. 1 plus 4 is 5, I mean. A snake and 7, which is 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 7 is 14, which also makes the digital root of 5. Santa and June, 3 plus 6 is 9, plus 5 is 14, also makes a 5. So it doesn't really matter which one you choose here. I'm gonna go with Ace and Lotus.
Ace? Lotus? You think you could give me a hand here?
Because she was so against it, you know. I just want to force her to realize that is this what we need to do. The pun was a little too on the nose, but the mood was still grim. Wait, which pun? Ace and Lotus? I don't know what the pun was, but maybe I just don't know what I have no idea. Ace and Lotus. Is it us? Us? Ace, Lotus, maybe? Oh. I think maybe it's because he's 1 and she's 8 and together they make it 9. Maybe that's why they see it as pun. I didn't mean to make it a pun. I just thought I just wanted those. Both Santa and June lifted their left hands silently. Both Santa and June? Both Santa and June. I'm pretty sure I asked Ace and Lotus. And they showed Ace and Lotus. I think this is a mistake in the game. He verified and she followed suit.
5 plus 1 plus 8 equals 14. The digital root of 14, 1 plus 4 equals 5.
Yes.
This should do it.
I played the DS version. I've done these digital root calculations so many times.
Now we just need to pull the lever on the
It's
side.
annoying.
You guys ready? I'm gonna open it.
Oh, trust me, you are not ready what you're gonna find on the other side of the door. Let's just say the 9th man really, his eyes really did pop out of his head. Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. They stiffened and nodded. Junpei nodded back and set his mouth in a grim line. Then he slowly lowered the lever. I love that they did that in terms of writing. There was a metallic groan in the store. The door slid open. The door slid open. A breath of air drifted out of it, carrying a stench that nearly made them gag. Junpei grimaced and put a hand over his mouth.
Oh my god.
Good God.
Lotus and Ace shuddered. Well, they were the closest, together with me. 7 grunted.
Whoa, that's pretty bad.
Even Santa's voice shook.
He blew up.
It appeared that Santa was right. The hallway on the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of torn flesh and dark red blood. Oh, look at the blood spatter. So cool. Like actually someone blew up, you know? That's really well done. The shriek echoed across the room. It had come from June. Then her strength left her and she dropped. As Junpei turned to catch her, the groan door shut. The door groaned shut. This is my dyslexia, turning like words around and making different words from different other words. It's really annoying. But it is what it is. She crumpled to the floor.
June, are you okay?
Junpei dropped to his knees and put his arms around her shoulders. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's squatting down, but sure. That's when he noticed. Her whole body was feverish. She was radiating intense heat.
What the hell? Where'd this fever come from?
June didn't answer. Her face looked like wax. Her whole body began to shake.
All right, okay, let's just rest for a minute, okay? You think you can walk?
She nodded weakly. Junpei lifted June to her feet and guided her to a nearby chair.
Here we go.
As gently as she could, he sat her down in it.
How are you feeling? Are you all right?
A nice chair, though. She nodded, and as she did, a single huge tear rolled down the side of her face. As a former writer, you shouldn't have to have huge in there. A single tear run down the side of her face. Much more elegant than huge tear.
Why? Why did this happen?
Her voice cracked, broken by misery and grief and choked by sobs.
Why did this happen?
Junpei spun around.
Do any of you know what the fuck is going on here? Who's Zero? What's this Nonary game? Come on! Anybody? Anything? What the hell is going on? What are we doing here?
No one spoke. The funny thing is that Zero said that some of them knew what the Nonary game was and that they were familiar with it, so... And yet nobody speaks up and tells Junpei, hey, this is what that is. Ace, Snake, Santa, Clover, 7, and Lotus. They simply stood there, 7 pairs of downcast eyes and 7 grim lines of mouths. June's body shook with silent sobs. That didn't sound so silent to me. They slowed as the minutes ticked by, and eventually they stopped. Then suddenly, in the cold, heavy silence that had enveloped them like a thick fog, a bell began to ring. The clock in the central hall, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And then, on the 10th ring, it stopped, the sound of the bell fading away in silence.
It's 10 o'clock then.
They said what each of them had been thinking.
That means it's been an hour since Zero's little announcement.
7's deep voice echoed across the room.
Fuck! I've had enough of this crap!
Santa, just calm the fuck down, Jesus. Santa leapt to his feet, fists clenched.
How long are we gonna pussyfoot around like this? We've only got 8 hours until this time limit Zero is going on about is up. Let's get going already! Go! Go!
Santa's outburst fell on deaf ears. No one seemed to agree with him. They stared back at him, their eyes blank and their faces tired. Finally, Lotus spoke.
No, I refuse. I'm not gonna end up like him.
Him? You mean the 9th man?
Of course, who else?
In his mind's eye, Junpei saw the corpse again.
Blood. Oh. Blood and pieces of flesh.
The dark reddish-black pool of blood, the scattered pieces of flesh, organs strewn across the floor like the blossoming of a grotesque flower. The explosion that had torn through his body had been powerful.
There's no way for a person to die.
The 9th man's neck had been twisted at an odd angle. Junpei suspected the detonation had thrown him against the wall. Half of his face was crushed, and the other half was covered in blood. Most of his abdomen had been emptied either by the explosion or by gravity. He had landed on his back, and the stark white ribs jutted up out of his chest, like the legs of some macabre crab. Junpei felt something flip in his stomach.
I think he just screwed up.
Sorry, I really get into those descriptions. It's really, really well written. Eyebrows went up and Santa continued.
He probably set off some sort of trap and that killed him. I'm not gonna screw up like that. I'm getting out of here alive.
Whatever Snake was laughing at, Santa did not find it particularly humorous.
What's so goddamn funny?
Oh, my apologies. You were just, so very confident. I couldn't help myself.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? I love it.
I think you've mistaken the situation.
Huh?
The 9th man's death. It had nothing to do with the trap. Or at least not the sort of trap you imagine it did.
Then?
He broke one of Zero's rules. That was why he died. Quite simple if you think about it.
Huh?
You still don't... All right. How about you take a moment and think back to what Zero said? Specifically, what did he say about the number of people?
He said only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door, right?
And after that? You've forgotten the relevant part. What did Zero say?
Santa furrowed his brow in thought. Junpei thought back. Zero said that only 2 people can go through, that everyone who verified had to go. More than 6 people can go through. No. That everyone who verified had to go.
All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute, right? I think it was something like that. Whatever it was, it means that groups of less than 3 or more than 5 can't go through.
That is correct. A gold star for you, Junpei.
My forehead. Haha. Snake inclined his head towards Junpei.
The ninth man, however, broke that rule. He tried to pass through a numbered door by himself. That was why he was executed.
And Zero's watching us from somewhere, making sure we don't break any rules.
No, I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm not so sure of that.
Why not?
You know what this character needs? Like a nice logo right here. That would be nice. And maybe that this part was colored in like a nice white or something. I don't know, like, I think it would feel much more cohesive that way. Like it's actually a brand of clothing. Anyway.
Because this execution system is entirely automatic. You didn't notice? There's no need for him to monitor us.
What do you mean?
Snake looked at Seven with what could only be described as pity inside.
Very well. I see it must be me who tells you.
He can't look at him, though. He's blind. I mean, yes, he has eyes, I'm sure, but his eyes don't see, so he can't look at Seven. Like, you could have said his head inclined towards Seven, and with what only could be described as pity inside. That you could have done that. Sorry, I'm correcting this game for some reason.
I've waited long enough, I suppose. I had hoped Zero might spare me the trouble, but that seems increasingly unlikely.
He couldn't see them, of course, but perhaps Snake sensed the confused eyes upon him. When Ace spoke, he gave words to everyone else's thoughts.
Do you know something?
Well, I know a great many things, but yes.
What is it you know?
Here.
Snake removed a card from the pocket of his jacket.
A card? What does it say?
See for yourself.
With a flourish, he presented it to Ace, who took a close look at it and spoke.
Come on now, what's the point of giving me this?
Give me that.
Santa snatched the card from Ace, but his expression of disgust quickly turned to one of confusion.
Huh? The hell is this?
Seven tugged it out of Santa's hands.
I see.
The card went from Seven to Lotus, from Lotus to June, and finally to Junpei. He looked at it and understood.
This is Braille.
Braille, the written language of the blind. The card was covered with small embossed bumps. Junpei could recognize it, but he certainly couldn't read it.
Sorry, guys, I can't read this. Here, have it back.
Junpei handed the card back to Snake, who nodded at him with a small smirk.
Okay, that was fun. What's so important about that card?
I found it in my pocket. I can only assume it is a message from Zero.
At least Zero is inclusive to blind people. I guess that's good.
From Zero?
A message?
What does it say?
Suddenly everyone was crowding around Snake, desperate to hear what the message said. Santa especially looked as if he were about to grab hold of Snake and shake the answers from him. Snake raised his hand.
Calm down now. No need to panic. You don't need to force me. I'll read it.
Junpei swallowed hard and waited for him to start. He was not the only one. Presently, Snake began to read, his voice calm. His fingers glided over the tiny bumps as he spoke.
Bracelet number 2. Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you, and only you, with information. I shall tell you of the function of the red, of the dead, and of the bracelet.
The red is the recognition device. It will verify your number. Beside every numbered door, you will find a red. The dead is the deactivation device. It does exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the numbered door, you must use the dead to stop the detonator in your bracelet. But perhaps you are wondering, what does this detonator detonate? I am afraid this might be something of a surprise. I have placed a small bomb inside of you and people whom you are about to meet. You swallowed it while you were unconscious. I have no doubt By the time you read this note, the bomb will have passed your stomach and found its way to your small intestine. In other words, you will be unable to regurgitate it. I suggest you do not try.
So we have to push it out. We have to poop. That's what we have to do. Because we can't throw it up. We have to poop it out. So, who's got a lot of fatty foods and a lot of sugar? Just eat that together and diarrhea.
As I mentioned before, the bracelet on your left hand contains a detonator. Think of it as a remote fuse, or timer, for the bomb in your body. There is only one condition which will cause it to detonate. That condition is that you enter a numbered door. Once you have done so, the timer will activate, no matter who you may be. You will have 81 seconds. If, after that time, the detonator has not been deactivated, it will send a signal to the bomb in your body, instructing it to explode. In order to deactivate the detonator, every person who verified their number at the red must also verify their numbers at the dead. Once all numbers have been verified by the dead, you need only pull the lever at its side, and the countdown will cease. Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify their number at the dead.
So even if you went through a door and you didn't identify yourself at the red, your detonator would still go off and you would not be able to identify at the dead to turn off the detonator, so you would explode. Just to, you know, hammer that home. So everybody who has put their number into this device also needs to put it in the dead, like the deactivation device. Otherwise, kaboom.
That is to say, if you should pass through a numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, in 81 seconds, you will be dead.
Well, I'm very sorry. I just said that. Sorry. I didn't know he would like preface that and be like, yes, this is exactly how that works.
You must also keep in mind that the numbered doors will close automatically after 9 seconds have passed.
Another 9.
So long as the door is open, the dead will not function. You would do well to remember this.
Also, 81 seconds. 8 plus 1 is 9.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or the exotic wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. There is no other way to remove your bracelet. If you attempt to force it off or disable the detonator, the bomb within you will immediately explode.
This is all the information which I can impart to you. How you choose to use it is for you to decide. If used wisely, you can eliminate those who might be a danger to you. For a time, you would be able to control your fate. I wish you the best of luck.
But he didn't. Or at least, I don't think he did. Snake finished reading and carefully returned the card to his pocket.
So it's saying only those who verify their numbers at the red can pass through the numbered doors.
Yes.
Teams can't add or subtract people after they're scanned in. The
Exactly.
reds, deads, and bracelets enforce the rules. They're judge, jury,
and executioner. Yep. No, 7. He explicitly said you cannot regurgitate it. So in other words, you can't throw it up, but I guess he doesn't know the meaning of the word regurgitate, so...
Shit! A fucking bomb! Come out! Come out, damn it!
Neither does Santa, because Santa's also stupid. In defiance of Zero's suggestion, both Santa and Seven put fingers down their throats and began to gag. The rest stiffened, some touched their stomachs, some simply stared at their bracelets. Junpei gingerly touched his stomach.
There's a bomb inside me.
The thought of it made him queasy.
Oh.
His stomach felt oddly hollow, and his wet legs were weak.
What made Zero think creating this horror show of a game was a good idea?
I mean, if you keep to the rules, it's not gonna be a horror show. Junpei looked over at the others.
All right. I'm gonna ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero?
Nope, nobody knows. They were all silent, each person waiting to hear what the others would say. Finally, Santa spoke.
Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed.
Yeah, I did too.
I didn't see his face, though. Son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask. What the hell? Come on, guys, give me something. You know, like surprise or something?
Instead, it was Santa who looked surprised. There was a moment of silence, and then everyone spoke at once.
I saw that too.
I did as well.
Me too. I didn't see inside the mask, though. That mask, it was really scary.
Huh?
It's funny because Zero made sure that every single one of them saw him or her before they went unconscious.
Oh, so all of our abductions were the same. We were taken from home at midnight. The person claiming to be Zero had a mask on. There was white smoke, and then each of us passed out. We woke up to find ourselves on D-Deck, in a room with a 3-level bunk bed.
How about you, Seven? Did the same happen to you?
Only Seven's story seemed to lack the detail of the others.
Oh, me? Yeah, well, mine was just like the rest of yours.
That was all he had said. It had occurred to Junpei that it had occurred to Junpei at the time that it sounded somewhat strange, but it didn't press the issue.
Okay, that's good enough for now.
Sorry, my phone just went off. Why did my phone go up? Oh, it's time for me to go to bed. He hadn't done so because there was something that struck him as even stranger.
So, I have a question.
That was the mystery of the relationship between Snake and Clover.
Snake and Clover. You were both kidnapped from the same room, and you woke up together.
Junpei looked at them thoughtfully.
So, what's the deal with the two of you anyway?
It was Clover that answered. Clearly, she felt she had nothing to hide.
We're siblings.
Siblings?
Yes. Snake is my older brother, obviously. That means I'm his little sister. That really so hard to understand?
I don't remember if I said they were twins or not. They're not twins, they're siblings. If I did say they were twins. Junpei was taken aback. The others seemed just as surprised.
She is correct, of course.
How much older are you, though? He laid his hand on Clover's shoulder.
Are you, surprised?
Well, yeah, but...
Why? There are other people here with connections to one another. Those two, for instance.
Snake pointed at Junpei and June.
Oh, you mean between Jumpy and me?
Ah, yes. You did say you were childhood friends, didn't you?
Wait, you went to school together?
Yeah.
June glanced at Junpei, uncomfortable with the sudden attention.
Well, yeah.
Junpei felt somewhat nervous as well and tried to scratch his head as casually as possible.
Hey, you think maybe we could figure out who Zero is this way?
Yeah, you're right. You connect the dots between the victims and that leads you to the perp. Textbook stuff.
Junpei. June. Does any of this ring a bell?
Huh, ring a bell.
Ring a bell?
They looked at one another. This person really likes using one another instead of each other. And it was like it was staged. They both tilted their neck at the same time.
Perhaps you went to school with the son of a multimillionaire.
A millionaire?
Son?
Well, someone bought this boat and set up all of this. Whoever Zero is, they must be incredibly rich.
Well, we can't be sure of that. To me, this seems as though it's the work of an organization, not an individual. Most likely, Zero is simply the representative of a larger group.
What sort of organization?
It could be a number of things. An army, perhaps, or a research group. Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment.
If it is, then it's a pretty fucked up experiment. I mean, come on! A guy's dead!
The word dead hung in the air, heavy and ominous. I swear, I cannot say the word ominous anymore. Every time I say ominous, I think of ominous from Hogwarts Legacy. Every time. I swear to God, it's so annoying. The room went quiet again.
I don't know who the hell this Zero asshole is, but I know for sure he's gotta be pretty fucked up in the head to do all this.
I will say, his voice actor is really fucking good.
If this was all one guy, then he's got some serious issues.
Even with the specter of death hanging over them, their discussions continued for some time. Now, it's
I thought we
another
were
half an
finished with
hour-
that topic.
Half an hour passed.
But then what should we do?
We should talk it through.
Oh my God, enough! All we're doing is talking!
At some point, we do need to move. I mean, otherwise we're gonna die. Although, I would be interested in seeing an entire visual novel of just them talking, like, about their history and everything. And just figuring out what connects them all. That would be interesting. Santa threw up his hands, his voice filled with irritation.
Talking won't solve anything! It can't help us find our way out of here! You really sure you want to just sit around?
Okay, visual K, stop.
We've only got 7.5 hours left. We already wasted an hour and a half of our 9 hours.
Okay, but that was... Sorry. I need to go to bed. Almost. We're almost at a decision, so... Anyway. I don't know what I was gonna say, but whatever. Everyone else there was already on edge of panic. What Santa told them only made the feeling more intense. No one was willing to argue it this time.
You're right.
Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed.
Sure not gonna be fun running around knowing we gotta jump when Zero says jump.
Well, it's stupid to just sit around here doing nothing.
Well, thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all works.
Correct. And so long as we all follow the rules, we will most likely be all right.
But
But what?
who's going to go in which door?
Ooh, June looked towards the numbered doors.
Oh yeah, that's right. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. All 8 of us can't go in the same door.
Then it would seem we will have to split up.
Wait,
Lotus looked terrified.
I'm telling you now, there is no way in hell that I'm going into door 5.
Come on now, don't be selfish.
Call me whatever the hell you want. I'm not going in there. If I'm going to have to walk through all that blood, then I'd rather stay here.
And we were doing so well.
Ace shook his head sadly.
Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Someone else can go into door 5.
Oh, Santa, not you too.
Hey man, I just bought these shoes. If you think I'm getting some creepy dude's blood all over him, you got another thing coming.
That was the last
What
straw.
the hell, man? Weren't you the one who kept saying we should get going?
Yeah, so? Doesn't mean I wanted to go into door 5.
Oh, God.
There was an awkward silence. Finally, Seven spoke.
Fine, I'll go into door 5. I can't go in there alone, though. Anyone else willing to come with me?
There was another long silence. This time, Snake was the one. This time, Snake was the one to break it.
I'll go.
What?
Don't worry. You'll be fine. We may part now, but I'm certain we'll meet again later.
How do you know that?
Because I do.
That's not an answer! If you're going, I'm going too. I'm going.
What am I going to do with you?
There's nothing you have to do.
A step forward.
If I join you, the problem is solved, correct? 7 is 7, and Snake is 2.
7 plus 2 is 9.
And if you add Clover's 4 and my 1, the digital root will be 5.
9, 4. Wait. Yeah, no. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 4 is 13, plus 1 is 14. The digital root is 1 plus 4 is 5.
7
yes.
plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 is 14. The digital root of 14. 1 plus 4 is 5.
I think we established the digital root of 14 at this point.
Oh, it works perfectly! The 4 of us can go into door 5.
Wait. What about the other 4? What's their digital root gonna be?
Jinpei did a quick mental calculation.
Lotus, Santa, June, and me.
8 plus 3 is 11, plus 6. Plus 11 plus 6 is 17, plus 5 is 22. 2 plus 2 is 4, so we'll be fine.
Our bracelet numbers are 8, 3, 6, and 5. 8, 3, 6, 5. What would our digital root be?
4.
8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 is 22. So
I would have calculated it.
the digital root of 22, 2 plus 2 equals 4.
He repeated what he'd determined.
It's 4. Add up our 4 bracelet numbers and the digital root is 4.
Then we can go into door 4.
Yeah. Huh. That worked out well.
So the team assignments will be like this. 7, Snake, Clover, and Ace, they would go through door 5. Lotus, Santa, June, and me will go through door 4.
Are these really the teams I want? Beyond door 5 is what remains of the 9th man. I never want to see that thing again, but something's telling me that it'd be a good idea to examine the corpse, even just a little closer. Of course, if I went through door 5, I wouldn't be going with Lotus and Santa. I could bring June with me through door 5, but that means she'd have to see the body in there. I don't want to put her through that.
Junpei was
Should I
torn.
stay silent and go through door 4? Or should I stop them and insist on door 5?
As he turned his options over and over in his mind, Ace spoke up.
All right, then. It seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go?
He began to walk towards door 5.
I'm going through door 5.
Clover and Snake followed with 7 in a short distance behind.
We're over there too, right, Snake?
The door's not going anywhere. Slow down.
Which door?
But we're gonna leave that for the next episode. Because I need to go to bed now. But I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.